Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's fourth and final video. We're going to have a look at weather for 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to the 19th of November, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe on track in a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That will get us into the beginning of December. I should get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first. A video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've also released a weekend forecast and the EC42 day out for the UK and Ireland. Please check out those free vids if you'd like to do that. Like, share and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. And thank you so much everybody for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much everyone. Love it, thank you so much. Right, with calendar, we've got one calendar left. We are down to our final calendar. So if you would like the very last ever GavsWeatherVids 2025 calendar, then all you need to do is come to GavsWeatherVids PayPal account, send £12.50 to the PayPal account, and we will get the calendar out to you. And then that is it. We are sold out. There's no more calendars left and available, and we won't be doing any more either. So if you want the final calendar, then get yourself to GavsWeatherVids PayPal account, send £12.50, which is £10 for the calendar, and £2.50 postage and packaging to our PayPal account, and we will get the final, very last ever 2025 calendar from GavsWeatherVids out to you. Thank you so much everybody for an amazing project. It's been wonderful to work on. Thank you to James098 for creating the calendar. Thank you to all of GavsWeatherVids viewers and supporters for supplying their photos and pictures to be included in the calendar. And thank you to all of you for buying the calendar as well, and helping to support the project and also helping to support the channel. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you. And let's see if we can get that last calendar solved. Thank you so much all. Right, we're going to start off in the Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean area. So we've got a yellow extra, city of active disturbance 1, 10% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days. And then we've got tropical storm Raphael, giving maximum sustained winds of 65 miles per hour with a minimum central pressure of 992 millibars. Moving west-northwest through the Gulf of Mexico at 6 miles per hour. Going here, we can see that this is going to take a very strange route. So it's going in that direction, and then we'll go southwards. And it'll dive southwards through the Gulf of Mexico, becoming post-tropical as it does so. This has been a big 8 booster, and we are not all that far away now from a hyperactive hurricane season. In fact, I'm so sorry, when I imagine that when this storm is done, because it's got a couple more days to run as a tropical storm, so I'd imagine when this storm is done, that'll probably be enough to get us to an officially hyperactive hurricane season for accumulated cyclone entry, but we will wait to see and confirm that. More about that in the winter update tomorrow, in the 11th winter 2024-25 update. Right, central temperature is now sitting at 10.1. That is 3.6 degrees above 61 to 1990 average. It provisional to yesterday, to the 8th of November. So for the first week of November, very, very mild start to the month. We'll wait and see whether that starts coming down. It may well do so. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're at Aberdeen today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Aberdeen. We're starting off generally above average with the upper air temperatures at the moment, though there is a little bit of a reduction going on just there. But by the end of this week and into next weekend, we see a definite cooling trend taking place. Notice the thick green line here. That is the GFS 6Z operation run, which actually becomes really very cold, going down to -10 Celsius at 850 HPA. Up in Aberdeen, won't be close to that, of course, further south. It is a bit of a cold outlier, but there's definitely a cooling trend there, with the white line, the ensemble being going to or slightly under the long-term 30-year average. That said, there's quite a lot of scatter as well. We can't rule out these milder ensemble members up here, but it does look as though the cold on some members may have the ascendancy. Precipitation-wise, well, dry weather to come over the next few days. A little bit showery just there, maybe, and then more definitively into the second half of the month. Not overly wet, though. Temperature anomalies from the 9th to 17th of November, a little bit above average. Precipitation anomalies from the 9th to 17th of November, drier than normal. Latest weather map from earth.nullschool.net shows that high pressure is still in control, but it is weakening a little bit today. And we've got low pressure in the Atlantic with a weather system coming in from the west and from the northwest. That weather system is going to herald a big change. And check out the weekend forecast for more about that. If you're fed up with the anticyclonic gloom, and who isn't, it's on its way out. By Monday, we should all finally see that very strange yellow blob in the sky that we call the sun. Right, let's start again with chart data. Remember, the latest UK Met Euro run talking midnight on Tuesday. High pressure over to the west of the country, bringing the wind in from a clearer but also rather cool northerly or northeasterly direction. High pressure remains in control throughout next week. By the very end of it, as we get into midnight next Saturday, signs that high pressure begin to pull out into the Atlantic, going into retrograde, and possibly allowing a cold front to go southwards, introducing colder northerly winds next weekend. Icon, again with high pressure in control and in the ascendancy throughout most of next week. High pressure looks like it's heading off up towards Greenland, though, by next weekend. So there's going to be a cold front just here, along with elongation in isobars. If that pushes southward, what it's going to do is, basically open the door to cold northerly winds and an Arctic blast. That's as far as we get to because Icon midday next Saturday. What about the KMA? How's that one looking? Again, high and dry throughout most of next week. Signs of the high pressure on the move, though, into next weekend. Down comes those colder northerly winds. They could produce some night frost and maybe some wintry showers in the north and the east. It is only quite a brief cold snap, and then we're back into milder westerly flow again by the 19th of November. But by the end of the KMA run, 21st of November, the winds might be trying to get back into the north again. Right, what about GFS midnight run? So once more, high pressure brings loads and loads of dry and fine weather next week into the weekend of the 16th, 17th of November. High pressure weakening, lower pressure beginning to develop through the Atlantic. Eventually, it takes a little while to get there, but by about day 10 and 11, we go into colder north or northeasterly winds with the GFS midnight run. Not for long, milder westerly winds return around the top of the high pressure, though, as we go towards the end of the midnight run. That's a setup at the very end of the GFS midnight run, 25th of November. High pressures around the Bay of Biscay, low pressure up towards Iceland, and we're bringing in a flat westerly flow. Let's have a GFS 6 there, looking by comparison. Now, we know from the ensemble graph, this is going to become a bit of a cold outlier, so let's see how that happens. Starting off again, lots of high pressure over the coming week, but next weekend, big change. The high pressure goes into retrograde, moves up towards Greenland and Iceland. We start bringing down this cold north or northeasterly flow, and check that out. That's a setup at day 9, 18th of November. Proper blocking area of high pressure around Greenland and Iceland. I'll highlight that for you. So there we go, proper blocking high just there. Trough of low pressure plunging southwards through the north and west Europe, and in comes those cold north or northeast winds. They could bring some snow showers into the north and the east, and some really quite significant overnight frost as well. That's the setup at day 10 with GFS 6Z. It's the 19th of November. That looks pretty wintry, I have to say. It's kind of, no, I shouldn't really say it, I'll get myself in trouble, but that is kind of reminiscent of a sort of pattern that kicked off events in November 2010, actually. That's how the big freeze and the December to Remember started. You remember that did actually start in the final week to 10 days or so of November, and that is kind of reminiscent of that. Remember, it is a cold outlier, though, within the GFS ensembles. Really quite cold air digging in with the upper air temperatures. And we keep it generally cold and wintry as we go into the extended range as well. Little areas of low pressure there coming in off the North Sea. That will bring all sorts of fun and games. I'll say no more than that. Eventually, of course, the 6 head starts turning things milder. By the 25th of November, we're back into those mild west or southwesterly winds again. This is a precipitation forecast. I shouldn't show you this. This is a precipitation forecast based on that GFS 6 zebra. Check this out. Not much precipitation around in the next week. We are going to be high and dry, but when we get into next weekend, that's where the northerly winds set in. Snow showers beginning to arrive by next Sunday across central and northern parts of Scotland, and then wintry showers pushing southwards through the course of the day. And then we're often running into a spell of wintry weather, winds in from the north and from the northeast, snow particularly in the north and the east. That looks quite significant for England, for England on the 19th of November, very long way off, of course. And the wintry showers keep on coming until the very end of the 6th head, and the high pressure collapses and when the high pressure collapses and we turn things back to rain. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment let's say what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids and get them to subscribe to me. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. I'm going to pause the video and see how many more subs we need to put on, get to 19k. Because I haven't actually looked at that for a couple of days. So hold on, and I'm going to give you the exact number of subs we need to get 19k in a second. Okay, so we need to put on 49 subscribers will get us to 19k. It's unbelievable. Thank you so much everyone. We're so close now to getting ourselves to 19,000 subscribers, and then of course we will be on the grind immediately to 20k, which is an absolute milestone. But 19k is a huge number as well, so if you could give us a sub, tell friends and family, your neighbour, your doctor, your vicar, your mother-in-law to subscribe. That'd be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Right, let's carry on. GM, high pressure, once more in control on Tuesday and throughout next week. High pressure remains dominant. Towards next weekend, the high pressure begins to drift out into the Atlantic. We have a go at pulling in a northerly, but this is how the northerly could go wrong and not come off. The high pressure doesn't go into retrograde enough to get up to Greenland. Therefore, the northerly again goes pushing down into Scandinavia and northern parts of Europe, and we remain generally protected by the area of high pressure. That's the setup at day 10. Winds starting to switcheroo to the west of southwest, with milder air coming in over the top of the high. And then the ECM looks like this. So once again, high pressure is in control across the country on Tuesday. High and dry for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Lots and lots of fine weather. Into next weekend, the high pressure goes scooting out into the Atlantic and begins to retrogress up to Greenland. Low pressure heading in towards Norway. That switches the wind into initially a northwesterly, and eventually that goes into north. Check that out. That's midnight next Sunday. Northerly winds blasting down across the country. That's looking really quite cold and wintry. You keep those northerly winds going into maybe the 18th of November, but we've got an area of low pressure to the south of Iceland, and that starts pushing southwards into that cold air that's already established from the north. So all sorts of fun and games possible with that if it came off. The low pressure going in that direction, and we've still got blocking in the North Atlantic up to Greenland. So as that low pressure clears through, the wind will return back to the north there with the ECM. Now check out the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. Again, not much precipitation to come over the next few days, but some showery rain into the east and southeast there on the 13th of November. Otherwise, mainly dry though. Northerly winds begin to set in next weekend. Snow showers coming into north of Scotland, wintry showers around those western coastal fringes, and then in comes that low for around day 10. And have a look at that, have a butcher's at that. Heavy snow, outbreaks of snow, a snow event through many central and northern parts of the country. Rain down in the far south, not quite cold enough for snow down there, but overall many parts of the country getting their first snow event of the winter, of the autumn, but of the winter season as well, by day 10. Unlikely to verify. Okay, so these are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 19th of November. 15 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure ridging in the Atlantic and going up towards Greenland. Low pressure is to the east of the country. Winds coming in from a cold north or northeast direction, cold and wintry. 11 with low pressure over to the east of the country. High pressure again blocking in the Atlantic, cold north or northeasterly winds with that option too. 9 with high pressure just a little bit further south in the Atlantic, low pressure across France. That's considered to be quite cold, but perhaps modified slightly by a little bit more of an Atlantic flow. Another 9 with low pressure to the east, high pressure out to the west. I see no reason why that shouldn't be quite cold and wintry. And then 7 with low pressure over to the east, high pressure blocking around Greenland, winds coming in from a cold and northeast direction. To be honest, all the options looking quite cold there at day 10 to varying degrees. So increasing confidence, certainly within the ECM ensembles of a cold to that. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. And it will get us to the 24th of November. 19 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure to the northeast, high pressure to west-southwest. So milder areas begin to come in from the Atlantic with that option. We've got 14 with low pressure in off the Atlantic. That's going to be unsettled and mild. We've got 11 with low pressure through the north and the west of Europe. High pressure more towards the Canadian side of Greenland. So that's still quite cold, really, with wind coming in from the northeast. But it looks like we will very quickly start to bring milder air in from the Atlantic. And then we've got 7 with high pressure towards Scandinavia, Scandinavian high, and winds coming in from potentially quite a cold easterly direction. So the majority option is the 19th and the 14th, turn things milder. So again, everyone, the majority option is the 19th and the 14th to turn things milder at 2 weeks out. But there's a chance, a possibility, we could keep things cold. Let's have a quick look at the ECM ensemble graph. We could do that for you, actually. So why not? So this guy's looking for Aberdeen. Better confidence, actually, than the GFS ensembles. There are quite a significant drop in the upper air temperatures there between around the 15th and the 19th of November. And potentially keeping a little bit on the cold side up to day 10, actually. Could go a bit further southwards to Sheffield. And again, pretty good confidence there as well. So I think the ECM, there's great confidence, certainly at around a week out, for things to be turning colder. And then we wait and see where things we go beyond now. Okay, let's just have a quick look at CFS when we're done. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like, make sure to do that. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Right, CFS V2, these are 500 millibar height on to break it down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 9th to 15th of November. The next week with high pressure to the north, winds coming in from an easterly direction. Week 2 is going to be the 16th, 22nd of November. High pressure again to the north and the northeast. Winds will be coming in from the east with backward as well. Week 3 is going to be the 23rd, 29th of November. High pressure then over and to the southwest of the country. That looks quite mild. Winds coming up from the southwest. And then week 4 will be the 30th of November to 6th of December. And we are flat and westerly then. Low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south, and in comes those west to southwesterly winds. Wow, wow, wow. We shall see. Time will tell. Okay, we're done. If you enjoyed the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. And show from forward to Matt. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. And thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. 49 subscribers gets us to 19k. It is unbelievable. so much, everyone. Right, just say what's happening on my channel tomorrow. Going to have 6 AM UK weather forecast being epic. 11th winter 2024-25 update. We're going to be live at, well, it's either going to be 5:30 or 6 PM. I'll confirm that tomorrow on the socials. But we will be live tomorrow evening discussing the 11th winter update, doing a 10 to 14 day, and bring you plenty of long range on that live stream as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I shall see you tomorrow live for that one, hopefully. You enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I've got a lot of work to do on the winter update, but you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.